Hi there, I'm Tom Field. I'm Senior Vice President of Editorial with Information Security Media Group. Delighted to be talking about how to accelerate your network and security transformation today. Joining me to discuss this are Ganesh Devarajan, Senior Managing Director with Accenture, and Kumar Ramachandran, SVP Product with Palo Alto Networks. Ganesh, Kumar, thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start here. Let's talk about the SASE marketplace. How has it evolved since Gartner first identified it, thinking 4 years ago now?
Yeah, 4 years ago when the SASE market began, if you all remember, it was right before the pandemic or during the pandemic. And customers were really scrambling to put Band-Aid solutions to be able to adapt to the remote work necessity that the pandemic caused. What has happened now is that the market has matured and customers are looking to do a proper architectural transformation that can last them the next 10, 20 years. These kinds of architectural transformations, they only happen once a decade or maybe once in 2 decades. From a capability standpoint, customers are now demanding unified SASE. They need all the elements, all the way from ZTNA 2.0 to being able to have a powerful CASB solution, being able to address internet access, having powerful SD-WAN, and then more recently, we are seeing the emergence of the need for a secure enterprise browser, the need for performance acceleration, all of that as part of the SASE platform.
Yes, just to add to that one a little bit more, right? Like what became as a whole bunch of piecemeal solutions together, coming together to make one big solution. And now the architecture is so much changed, so much more evolved. Like Kumar said, it's making it all seamless and a much better user experience for the end user, right? Like, so that's one big thing. And then the second big thing that I've seen is like all the remote working and everything, which is forced significantly. Like now both the network and the security teams are coming together and providing this as one joint solution, right? And that's what's making it even more of a bigger evolution. And so it's not just a security problem or the security initiative anymore. It's a one big enterprise initiative with network and IT and all of the user experience and everything coming together in here right now.
Well, you both have the advantage of being able to watch organizations go through this journey over these past 4 years. Given that, what are some of the most common gaps you see, network security, what have you, in some of the SASE solutions you've been able to see?
Yeah, I think, if we were to call out the 3 big gaps in the solutions that customers perhaps started out with, really the very first is related to security, right? Oftentimes, there's products out there that really are implementations of what we call ZTNA 1.0, right? Zero Trust Network Access, but really the early versions, which were significantly limited in terms of the security capabilities that they provide. Palo Alto Networks, we came out with ZTNA 2.0 about a little over a year ago. And what ZTNA 2.0 does is make sure that the SASE architecture and the solution solves for the modern security issues, right? The threats that customers are facing now in a world where the bad guys have access to AI-based tooling, as well as more recently generative AI-based tooling. How do you create the architecture and the solution to protect against those? The second big area that we really have seen is the need for an integrated solution, right? Oftentimes, the network and security pieces were ships in the night, right? You deployed an SD-WAN from a vendor A, a SSE solution from vendor B, and the customer was playing integration, right? You're going to deal with all the issues associated with it. I think we've now seen the need and the coming together of network and security in a very elegant manner. The third big transformation, I think, really is related to AI, right? Data science and artificial intelligence. Now, all of it starts with data, right? There is no data science without data. And a unified, powerful SASE solution, the customer expectation is that you are able to gather data from all the sensitive points, right? The user's laptop, the branch office, the application, the middle mile, all over the place for security, network operations, have it in one consolidated data lake from which you're doing all the data analysis to deliver better security and operational outcomes.
Yeah. So let me give you more from the services lens of this whole thing, right? Like, so most oftentimes when, like, again, when the whole journey started like about 4 or 5 years ago, right? Like it was all piecemeal solutions again, right? So people only implemented certain products, even though they brought the entire suite, but then they only took advantage of 30% of the product capabilities. So like they're not taking advantage of the overall capabilities that SASE offers overall, right? And let alone the piece about like if you're talking about like what Kumar was talking about, SSE plus SD-WAN over there, people are not truly integrating all of that together to make much better utilization over there. So that is one thing. I think what we need to look at is like how can we go scale and take advantage of the complete product suite, not just 30% of the product suite, so that your total cost of ownership is much better from using the overall product, right? So that's one thing. The second piece that I see is like leveraging the throughput, right? Like so with this newer architecture, when you can do the computes at the edge, so now you have the security at the edge and you have the decision-making capabilities at the edge, you are much more faster. You are making faster decisions and your user experiences are improving significantly and your security posture is improving significantly. And to Kumar's point about like using generative AI and AI overall, right? If we can go in and look at this again, as Accenture, what we do is like we look at it from all the events that's happening along with the various threat intelligence feeds and everything, right? So when you see that one, if we see a certain type of trend happening or an attack happening in one end, we're able to learn from that very quickly and make sure it's blocked before it goes into the other edge locations or other industries or even other what you call geographies, right? Like that's how we should be able to look at this and evolve and make it much more better for our end users.
Now, you both talked about the integrated solution. What would you say have been some of the lessons learned from organizations that have gone between deploying piecemeal SASE to integrated solutions?
In the last 12 months, I've had at least, I would say anywhere between 30 to 40% of customers that I've spoken with have made the decision to migrate rather quickly away within the next 12 months itself. I think there's a Gartner prediction for a much larger percentage, but within the next 12 months to an integrated SASE solution. And what's driving them are really three big things. First, the operational burden, right? Having different solutions for, let's say, SaaS applications with things like CASB, having a different solution for internet-based access, which used to be proxies, having a third-party SD-WAN, having a different ZTNA solution, the customer becomes the integrator, right? And you're chasing gremlins across your environment if something goes wrong, and then you're chasing a whole barrage of vendors to solve issues. What we've done at Palo Alto Networks is we've created an integrated product, right? Unified data lake, unified policy, single management system. It's one product, operates very elegantly. It comes pre-integrated for our customers. The second big area is around security. Fragmented systems pose a significant security risk compared to a clean integrated product. Not only do we see data from different parts of the environment, we're able to apply correlations in a manner that disparate products simply could not, and we're able to take actions in a way that, as Ganesh mentioned previously, you can stop threats and you can stop infections from propagating across the environment. And then the third big area, and I spoke about it a little earlier, is really about data science, right? Now, I don't think AI is net new in the market, right? At Palo Alto, we've been doing it for the last 15 odd years. And I know that our very first AI-based implementations began that early. But with the advent of generative AI, I think it's gotten the popular zeitgeist. And we use a variety of techniques, traditional data science techniques, correlations, regressions. We use what we call precision AI. Those are AI/ML techniques where the system is very aware of the efficacy or the confidence interval of the response, right? So as an example, over 95% of zero-day threats today are stopped by our SASE system using inline ML. In all these cases, there is no need for signature creation, propagation, or any such thing. We still publish about 4.5 million threat updates every single day as a backstop and to account for the remaining 5%. The way that we're doing it is clearly transformative. And then the third area is generative AI, right? Where with the advent of generative AI, we are finding that operational use cases, right? Being able to provide co-pilots that can help customers absorb the environment rather quickly, be able to have predictive analysis on events. Generative AI does a phenomenal job. So we really bring together all these data science techniques. In fragmented systems, you simply cannot do it.
We are all like so exhausted with having so many different disparate tools and agents and devices running in our network, right? Like at no given point of time can we have a good visibility. Every time like we talk about the single pane of glass is still a myth, right? Like let's be very transparent, right? Like because we have so many different agents running. Like I think the average count is like what, like 30 or 40, 50 different agents running in every single computer. So if that is the case, then like we're never going to see that unified view of the threat, right? And that is the reason why we need to use something which is much more bundled together, which is truly integrated, not just as like piecemeal together. And then we have the option to kind of evolve to the next level. Even within Accenture internally, right? Like we have gone through this exercise right now where we've gone and looked at every single security device and tools that's out there that we have on our systems and trying to consolidate it down to like 5, right? So if we can do something like that, then I think everybody can do that, right? Like we have 750,000 people globally, and if we can manage all of our devices and make sure our organization stays secure with like 5 agents or 5 endpoint, 5 security devices out there, then 5 security solutions rather, then I think we can make that as a reality for everyone over here. So there is a big benefit because now when you have the data, then you truly see the pieces of how the data is going through or the user behaviors or the flow is going through. And then you can kind of go in and tie it with like, these are the threat models that we need to build to go better detect and better respond to those threats, right? And then we can go in and add all the AIs on top of it and everything to automate everything out. So it's much more seamless and much more faster in the overall response.
Okay, I want to ask you some questions about the integrated solution from Palo Alto Networks and Accenture. First question, how does it stand up against rival solutions? How does it stand out?
Yeah, so if you look at our SASE solution, all you have to do is go take a look at the Gartner Magic Quadrant for single vendor SASE. And what you'll see is that there is one vendor in the leaders quadrant, and that is Palo Alto Networks. The reason for it is that it's a comprehensive solution. It addresses the problems our customers have in a robust manner. Second, it brings together SD-WAN, it brings together security, and it brings together operations very fluidly. To just talk a little bit about the security impact of having an integrated solution, when you do SASE with other vendors for the branch, typically you're protecting your people and apps. You're not protecting your things. All your IoT devices, right? The average branch, in a 3-story building, you probably have about 15,000 IoT devices across sensors, all kinds of printers, video monitors, temperature sensors, card readers, etc. And not leaving those devices unprotected is just silly, right? When you use Palo Alto SASE, all those devices get protected too. And then, as we spoke about it a little earlier, the impact of AI only comes from data, right? It's very easy to get carried away with data science and forget about data. Good data equals great AI outcomes. Bad data, hallucinated outcomes. And to get good data, you need to be in control of what is coming into the system, right? The data has to be complete. The data has to be consistent across each measurement point, and the data has to be correct. We're able to guarantee that. More recently, we've had some exciting acquisitions. We acquired a company called Talon, and we now include the Secure Enterprise Browser as part of our SASE offering. We brought in application acceleration. We only slightly jokingly say our SASE is faster than the internet, right? It literally is. You can have your traffic traversing the internet, and you have your traffic traversing Prisma SASE, and you can see that we are 2x to 5x times faster than even the open internet. So there's a lot of goodness and a lot of reason why customers are choosing Prisma SASE, both with their dollars and with their selection, with their feedback through Gartner.
So from the services side, right, like the same thing, like you can go look at any of the market analysts out there, how they rank Accenture overall, Accenture security overall, right? Like we're number one for a reason, right? Like it's, and we don't take that lightly, right? Like every single day, we want to go and earn that number one spot again, and again, and again. And that's because we are, again, working with the number one partners out here to make sure we're creating something truly differentiated, not just like here, let's just get the two number ones and then basically make a dream team and then like go fail in like the Olympics over there, right? But we are truly hungry to go do something big and different and make a change in the world, right? That's how we're looking at this overall thing, firstly. And the second thing that I want to add is that like it's one, like when you bring in these capabilities together and you truly integrate with what the solutions are, right? Like what is the end objective for the users, right? So Kumar talked about like using the Palo Alto App Accelerator, which provides 2 to 5x faster. What does that do to my end customer where we are going and implementing that solution? They're able to make those digital transactions much more faster. If they're able to do that much more faster, guess what? That means they're having a better top line growth over there. And that is what we want to kind of jointly provide, that like the true secure, yet a better business outcome for our end customers and their users, essentially. So better user experience. And that's what we think we have a much better differentiated solution over our rivals.
What would you say is the combined power of Palo Alto Networks and Accenture?
Yeah, so it's a big transformation for customers as they look to SASE, right? My recommendation to customers really is that there's 3 or 4 major ways that you can ensure that you're getting onto a SASE platform. You might have a project, right? You might have a project for SD-WAN. You might have a project for CASB replacement, for replacing your old on-prem proxies, or to replace VPN with ZTNA, right? Those are all very important projects. Use those projects to evaluate a complete SASE platform, right? Because once you get onto the platform for any one of these projects, then you can consistently take advantage of all the capabilities around it. And that's where someone like Accenture brings deep expertise, having worked with a large number of customers and having helped these customers make these journeys possible. The second big area is that transformations and IT projects, right? It's people, process, product, right? We'll deliver the product. You have to make sure that the people and the process also are transformed. Between Palo Alto and Accenture, we've worked with any number of customers in helping that transformation happen, in helping people and the process absorb the transformation itself. And then the third big area is really the end user itself, right? Where Accenture is incredibly focused on making sure that while we are creating better security outcomes, better operational outcomes, the end user feels that they're getting something more, right? That they're getting a better user experience, they're getting richness. So, it just really helps to have a partner like Accenture who's done this before, done it at scale. They're operating with 750,000 employees themselves. So it's a great reference in terms of how these transformations can be done.
To my earlier point, when I said that, like, because there are so many security solutions that's out there in your current environment, and because there's only like about 30 to 40% of the utilizations that you're having with those solutions. So there is a very simple simple answer over here. Like even without even looking at anything, we could kind of like we've gone in and done a whole bunch of these security transformations for various large organizations, right? Where with the very minimum, we're able to provide about 30% cost savings on their like the vendor spend, on the services spend, and then the people and the processes spend, like all that. Like when we combine all those things together, there's so much synergies over there, and then like you are able to cut out some of the products that you don't need anymore because it's being provided with Palo Alto Suite, or which you already have, let's say, part of your Prisma Cloud subscription. Then it's easier, right? Like it's the easier switch and easier migration. So that's what we bring to the table. And the cost savings is a much bigger level right now in today's market, especially when you see, and we want to make sure we're helping our customers go through that journey so that they're able to stretch their dollars much more further.
One last question for you both, Kumar, Ganesh. For enterprises that are ready to begin their SASE transformation, where do you recommend they start?
So, the SASE transformation might start with a project, right? You might have an SD-WAN project, a ZTNA project. You might have a CASB project. Use any of those projects as a means to get onto the SASE platform. The second big, guidance I would give really is there are customers who are looking at, because their CIOs and their CISOs are getting asked by the board, what's our SASE strategy, right? So in those cases, these are architectural transformations. Anytime you're doing architectural transformations, don't do it alone. Do it with partners like Accenture and us. We've seen the movie before. We've seen the impact on your environment in terms of product, people, process, all the 3 Ps. We're here to help.
And to add to that one a little bit, right? Like see where you are with your adoption. Do a self-evaluation, right? Like if you have started this journey, where are you in your process right now, in your evolution? And what is the returns that you are looking to get? Are you meeting the business case justification that you started out with? If not, let us help you kind of get and meet those objectives that you want, be it helping with your faster transactions, better throughput, or better uplift in revenue or cost savings, whatever be your business justification to start with it, reevaluate that, and then see if we can help you in some way to kind of go in and help you in that journey along the way.
Very well said. Ganesh, Kumar, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, the topic has been how to accelerate your network and security transformation. You have just heard from Ganesh Devarajan with Accenture and Kumar Ramachandran with Palo Alto Networks. For Information Security Media Group, I'm Tom Field. Thank you for giving us your time and your attention today.